Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Alright, welcome back to Indulge with Dimples with another cooking lesson. Today we're going to be cooking something really, really good and delicious. We're going to be cooking mozzarella, no, I lied. We're going to be cooking Parmesan meatballs, okay? I know you didn't have meatballs before, but you never had them like this. These are juicy, tender, and delectable, okay? Juicy, tender, and delectable. Listen, you gotta follow me in the kitchen if you want to cook some real nice, juicy, delicious meatballs, okay? And I'm making meatballs because this is gonna be a starter for my meal prep this week. You know I eat low carb. I haven't did a lot of videos about that. That's not here nor there or what we're talking about. So follow me in the kitchen. So let's make these delicious meatball sandwiches. Alright guys, welcome back to Indulge with Dimples with another cooking lesson. Today we're going to be making juicy, tender, ground turkey meatballs. So this recipe that I'm about to show you is going to be amazing. It's going to be great. It's going to be tasty and yummy all in one. But I just want to get down to the ingredients, and everything that I put in this recipe is universal. So you don't have to use ground turkey. You can use ground chicken, ground beef, ground venison, ground whatever. Just make sure it's grounded up really well. So y'all know my favorite that I like to buy, Boom. This is the meat that I like to use. I'm going to use the whole package because this is going to be my meal prep for the whole week. On top of that, I'm going to add some cheese in there, Parmesan cheese. I want to do that as well. I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic, nice sized ones. I'm going to add some black pepper. You can add fresh ground seasoning if you have it. Right now, I like to use the already grounded. I'm going to use some Italian spaghetti sauce seasoning. That's going to give it more flair. Y'all know this is semi-homemade, semi-store-bought. So some Italian seasoning, and throw that up in there. I'm going to use some garlic powder. And I'm also going to use some onion powder. I am not big on salt, so the cheese has salt in there. This Italian seasoning have a little bit of salt in there. And this seasoning pack has a little bit of salt. So I'm not big on the salt, okay? Now what's going to make this tender and juicy is nobody really knows, but just add a little squirt of mustard. It's going to give a little kick to it, and some Worcestershire sauce. I'm probably saying that wrong, but Worcestershire sauce, that's how we say it around here. And then you can add egg whites, or you can add 2 eggs. I'm not for sure if I'm going to add egg whites or 2 eggs yet. Haven't got to it. I will think about it as we move along with this recipe. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my gloves on. I put gloves on just because I don't really like touching a whole lot of stuff. So I diced and minced up the cloves of garlic, which you see in this bowl right here. I'm going to go ahead and open my pack of meat up. I'm going to use this whole pack of meat. You do not have to use the whole pack. It's up to you what you want to do. But as you put it in your bowl, just break it down a little bit more. All the ingredients will be listed at the bottom of the screen, so you don't have to worry about if you missed anything. I will have the measurements at the bottom. No problem. So I might don't use the whole pack because I didn't get a big enough bowl. Ain't that funny? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, set that aside. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add all the seasonings in there. So you're going to add a tablespoon of each of the seasonings. I'm just going to sprinkle it in there, but I have made this a million times, so I kind of know what I'm looking for when I sprinkle the stuff in here. With the seasoning pack, I'm going to add about half of it in there. But everything else is a tablespoon. Mix the dry ingredients first. You don't want to overwork the meat. Just make sure you have the garlic mixed in here with all the seasonings. Alright. Next thing you want to do, you want to squirt in about 2 tablespoons of mustard. I'm going to go ahead and finish this container out. And I'm going to do about 4 to 5 dashes or a tablespoon and a half of Worcestershire sauce. Go ahead and mix them ingredients in. Now, something that I have extra out is some extra olive oil. I'm going to drizzle that on top so that the outside of my meatballs are crispy, because I like a crispy meatball. But the mustard and the Worcestershire sauce adds a nice kick to it, and it also makes sure that the meatballs stay tender and juicy. Now, what we're going to do is measure these out. I'm going to measure them out. I want to say 2 ounces for a meatball. Just because I want to see a nice sized meatball. But you can make it smaller. You can eyeball it. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do with it. And once again, we don't want to overwork the meat. And once we have that all combined, you want to take your egg. You can use egg whites or you can use just a regular egg. And I think I'm just going to use a regular egg. And mix it up in here. And I'm going to break my egg down. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. Now I have a large egg, but if you have small eggs, you might want to do 2. If you have a medium egg, you might want to do 2. But this large egg was pretty big, so 1 is enough for this recipe. And you just want to mix it up really good. So the egg is fine in with it. And use everything made. The ground turkey, it does not have any flavor like ground beef, meat, and more you add better taste. The last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/2 cup of my Parmesan cheese in here. That's not good. Good enough. Go ahead and mix it up in here. Make sure all of your ingredients are mixed well into your meatball. Okay? You don't want to be overworking it, so pretty much I'm just folding it in. I'm not kneading it or doughing it or anything. I'm just folding it in so that we have all of the ingredients in here. And if you could smell this, and it's not even cooked yet, it smells delicious. So when you get done, this is what your bowl should be looking like. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need to do, just move all this stuff aside. I'm going to measure these out. I have a measuring scale right here. I'm just going to turn it on. And I also went ahead and I have, if you don't have this, it's okay. Don't trip. Don't worry about it. But I have a meatball rack, which I caught it on sale one day, and I like to buy kitchen appliances and utensils. So this is something that I caught on sale. It's really cool. I just lined it. So if you have like a rack that you can sit on top of another pan or something, do so. Line it, because I do not like to wash dishes. And then we're going to stick the meatballs on top of the rack. Now I say on top of a rack because you want the ventilation, you want the air, and you want it all circulating, you want to cook evenly and get crispy. You can also deep fry these. One day I'm going to have to show you how I deep fry them. Or you can also put them in a pot with some chicken broth or beef broth or just some vegetable broth. It's going to be even better. So right now, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and I'm going to eyeball it to see. But see how perfectly that comes out. You don't have to do too much with it. And I'm going to see if this is 2 ounces, y'all. It's 2.4. So, I ain't do too of a great job. So I'm going to take that down. Maybe it's 2 ounces. Let's see. No, it's not. It is 1 take. Let's try again. We got 2 ounces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. It's going to be 2 ounces. You see how it comes together. It doesn't take that long. And we're going to do it. And we're going to line up in our pans. So we're going to put it here. Let's have it more. Alright, we're getting down to the last bit. So I can put 4 2-ounce meatballs in my rack. So that's 4, 8, that's 12. I had to think about it. And when I get done rolling these up, I'm going to put them in the oven. But you want to set your oven to 350 for preheat, and then you want to cook them at 375. They will take about, depending on your oven, my oven, these are going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to cook. And then after that, I am going to let them rest for a little bit so they can finish off cooking. Ground turkey does not take that long to cook. You don't want to overcook it, because if you overcook it, it will dry out. So I'm going to say about 20 minutes to cook these ground turkey burgers. Dang, come on. 20 minutes to cook these ground turkey burgers. Then I'm going to take them out. I'm going to let them rest. And then I'm going to show you the finished product. But before I put them in the oven, do all that, the extra olive oil that you have, all I'm going to do is just drizzle a little bit on top of my meatballs so they can get crispy on the outside. Alright, so this is my last meatball I'm rolling up. I do have some meat left over. It's fine and dandy. I'm going to finish rolling them out. But right now, we just need to get done with this situation. So, as you can tell, boom, 12 meatballs in my meatball rack. I'm going to cook for 20 minutes on 375. Preheat your oven to 350. Then turn it up a notch. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you what these meatballs are looking like. Alright guys, so we are done making the turkey ground meatballs. Okay, so look at this. I want you to take a really, really good look at this meatball. So I didn't pile them all on here because I didn't want to overwhelm y'all with all the goodness. But this meatball is delicious. You can see the browning is very good. It's coated everywhere. That's why I tell you to use that type of pan to put your meatballs in. On top of that, you see the cheese is oozing out. You see the Italian seasonings in here. So if you can see your seasonings and your cheese and it's looking still delicious, you know this is good. So I went ahead and just opened up the top of this, which you can see it is still juicy. It's not hard. It's really soft. It's really good. It's juicy. Yeah, this got flavor. Flavor than most meatballs will ever have. It tastes like a Italian seasoning. You can see we didn't overcook it. We let it rest for a little bit. And you can taste the cheese in here. Oh yeah. This is a good meatball. So if you're looking for a meatball recipe and yours is just dry, overcooked, nasty, no flavor, you want to come here. You want to check out what I just made for you. You want to indulge with cooking lessons with me. And until next time. But I'm going to show you something that I did with the rest of the meatballs. These are going to be a sub meatball. So I better stop eating them. But I made some gravy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I made some gravy. And I put the meatballs in this gravy. This gravy is the bomb. If you want to see the recipe on how I make this gravy, make sure you like, subscribe, and become a member of Indulge with Dimples cooking lessons. And I will show you how to make this gravy. And I'm just going to take this meatball out. This even giving more flavor. It got onions in here. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. It's on. I'm about to make some cauliflower rice. It's on today. Dinner at my house. Who coming? Who coming? Alright, until next time.